Beloved floaties, precious members, forgive if I sound a little bit stuffy. I'm coming out of a flu and it's rough. It stinks. We are looking at 1985 Volvo frickin' land tank. This is like the quintessential epic wagon of all time. Spoilers, I have one. Yep, you heard me. But it's the worst vehicle I own, and you're not going to see it for so many years because it's 90% dirt. It's turning back into soil. But mates of mine have had these. School teachers had these. Ozzy Osbourne had a V6 one of these. And they're just completely iconic. But I'm excited for this video because this is when it was brand new. This is when it was a brand new car. Like, what did they think of it straight away as a first impression? We know that it's epic now. But was it epic when they were driving it? So let's go ahead and have a listen. I'm not feeling good.
Motor Week is made possible by TireRack.com.
What a beautiful beast. Look at those roof racks. Look at those, like, rear headrests. That's so fancy.
State Farm.
And that iconic grill with the sash on it, basically.
And have you ever wondered what sports car nuts use when they have custody of the kids for the weekend? Well, one answer is right over here.
Yo, what a beauty.
You can call it the 145 or the 245. Its friends simply call it.
So look how shiny the paint is. Look at that. See, old paint jobs. Cars are covered in orange peel now. Hang on. Nope. Oh, no, I think it's a sneeze. Excuse me, I warned you. Cars are full of orange peel. Delcat, can we have an example of orange peel paint? It looks like orange peel. And like even Ferraris have them now. But back in the oldies, mate, they used to actually work the paint into a mirror. And look at it. This is not a color I'd expect to be reflective. It's like this soft blue. Goodness. And tiny wheels. Bring that back.
The Volvo wagon. A basic upright shape that's been around now for more than 15 years. Why, this Swedish hauler is now the in car for upwardly mobile families of the early 80s. But what about the future? Is the Volvo wagon becoming just another aging status symbol, or will it keep its solid reputation for years to come?
They're asking that too, but I love how this was already like a 15-year-old to say. 1985, and like, yeah. She's been around a while now, this one. Whoa,
First,
what
a few puny statistics. Wheelbase, 104.3 inches. Overall length, nearly 16 feet.
Oof.
And curb weight, 3,055 pounds.
Something I'm going to mention, if we're talking dimensions of this car, something that makes this thing really amazing is it's not gratuitously wide. And it's length that makes something comfortable. You know, the longer wheelbase spreads out the bumps. You know, that's why Tony the Nugget is so uncomfortable, because the wheels are basically touching each other. But my long wheelbase Mercedes that doesn't work still is an absolute boat because of the humongous wheelbase. And yeah, like, just narrow cars. They're just so much easier to park. They're so much easier to get down modern side streets. It's just easier to live with. But this has got all that comfort still hiding in it.
Well, obviously, there's not much you can call puny about the Volvo wagon. And with a base price of around $13,000 for this well-equipped bottom-line DL model...
Look at that. Now that's a real wagon. Right, Delcat, get a VE Commodore wagon side profile up in yellow. I mean red. Black. Thank you. Look at the rear window on that one. See how squanch and just tiny it is? Like... It's like a Commodore hatchback almost. Whereas this, look at, it's the same as the front two seats. Two sets of seats. You get that again. That's how it's meant to be. Wagons are basically dead.
It's easy to see why many families think this cargo box is the Swedish steal of the year.
Box.
The interior is high, wide, and Nordically understated.
Oh, wow.
The dash is basic and functional.
Those seats are flat looking. They are very, very, very flat looking. But I do like the cream look to it. It's nice.
A no-nonsense look. Instrumentation is equally direct.
You don't get a tacho. You just get a gigantic clock. Thanks, Volvo. Actually, I mean, it's better than nothing. My Commodore had a fuel economy gauge. Delcat, get me a VH Commodore, like the dashboard, like this view of it, and so we can see the big economy gauge, which is just a big vacuum gauge. Now, there is a useless way to use dashboard space.
If not complete. On the DL, attack is an option. The only complaint, a certain amount of eye strain from the gauge's front lighting.
Uh-oh.
Along with one other chintzy item, this poor-fitting ashtray.
I mean, poor fitting, sure. It does look like it's made out of plasticine. But look how it blends into the entire dash. Come on, you get that back. And can we just appreciate these, like, aircon controls? Look at these fan controls. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it.
Of course, that's nitpicking, because otherwise the dash is brick solid and squeak free.
Yeah.
But you almost have to resort to such super close scrutiny to find fault with a car that's been honed to near perfection over the years.
Yeah.
If you have doubts,
yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. It's like, it better be good. You've been making these for a while.
just try the seats. While the vinyl-covered cushions are too flat for fast curves, the orthopedically designed buckets are a blessing.
Yeah, and also, vinyl. Number one, I can smell these. They just have a smell when they get in the hot Aussie sun. And number two, I can feel my skin peeling off of them as I sit off of them. These are nightmares for just giving you sweaty back syndrome. You just start raining down the back, where literally you might bleed through one of your patterned shirts. Seriously, it gets that bad. And leather seats do that too. That's why a lot of Japanese luxury cars don't use leather, because there's a lot of times where it's just freezing cold in the winter and miserable in the summer. But it's got the wheel. You see that there? That is the best seat adjustment there is, because you can get it. It's infinite. You can get it exactly where you want to get it.
When it comes to avoiding long-distance aches of the spine, the 4-speed manual shifter has short throws and a good sturdy feel. The electric overdrive thumb switch is on top.
Sorry, mate just gave us 5 different shift techniques, one after the other. He was grabbing like the shaft itself. This is sounding inappropriate. I like how it's got an overdrive button in it though.
A dash light lets you know when the fuel saver gear is engaged.
Fuel saver gear, overdrive, and engine saver, because now your engine doesn't have to go for like 45 minutes on the American highways.
Everything is equally well thought out in the rear too. The large upward opening hatch exposes a huge cargo bay that holds 76 cubic feet of bulk, with the solid bench seat folded forward and down.
It's basically it's like a ute now, but with a full enclosure, which is also called a panel van. Delcat, get me an XF Falcon panel van in fridge white. Thank you so much. That is not a hearse. That is a panel van. You can jump into the back from the front seats like this.
The cross-section looks nearly square.
Look at that.
And the floor
I like how
nearly
they found
flat,
matching boring bags.
Almost all the space is useful. An underfloor storage bay
What? It's got a double arse. What is that? No, wait, where's the spare then? Oh, it's probably chained up underneath the car or something, exposing it to the elements so it ages faster, and just makes it all the more miserable to actually get your spare out. But underfloor storage like that is genius. No wonder why these are so loved.
Conceal additional small articles from suspiciously curious bystanders.
Hang on, I think that's where the spare tire is. Look, because there's no hump on this side, but there's a hump on this side.
With the rear seat in place, 3 adults can commute in reasonable comfort.
And get sweaty.
Those sitting outboard
Has it suddenly gotten louder, or is it just me? Anyway.
have 3-point lap and shoulder belts. One more clue that Volvo still lives up to its reputation for superior highway safety. And that's precisely how the Volvo wagon feels. Safe. You feel the DL's weight, but not in a lazy way. It's well anchored to the pavement, and the controlled yet soft suspension soaks up most bumps without bounce. On switchback roads, that secure feeling should continue as long as you don't try to overstate this suburban wagon's
That's
mission.
how you meant to drive
There is quite a bit of front-end plow and more than a modest amount of body lean. Nothing unsettling, though, and the light...
You're driving a casket on 4 bed springs. Of course it's going to plow and roll over. No one was brave enough to do that to them, really.
Reloaded rear will only drift off its proper trajectory after more than fair warning. If there is one significant shortcoming in our Volvo...
Sorry, what's this? 14297? Why? I mean, this is like a review sample they've given to Motor Week to be like, hey, here's the car, so you can shout it out and get some press coverage and so we can boost sales or something. Oh, and by the way, let's just write lettering all over it that makes it like you got a spare motor from the wreckers. That's what that looks like. Whatever.
DL wagon, its power. The DL's only engine is a gas 111 horsepower fuel-injected iron block 4.
Fuel-injected? What, mechanically fuel-injected? So it's got the nightmare juice. It's got the Mercedes nightmare thing to it. Because James tells me that they've basically just got one type of mechanical fuel injection system, and it's just configured for how many cylinders you want it to spray into. That's upsetting.
The automatic version is rated at 3 horses more, but to get any real boost in straight line performance, you'd have to lay out a lot more money and get the intercooled turbo wagon.
Whoa!
First gear is a stump puller, but the ratios are widely spaced. The resulting...
That's slow. It's got 100 horsepower, which is contemporary for like a 4-cylinder back then. But man, it really must weigh a ton. That's so slow. I mean, imagine it. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10. And like, we're 2/3 of the way there under brutal 4-cylinder acceleration. That's special.
0 to 60 trot is a sluggish 15 seconds.
Yeah, sluggish.
However,
for the 80s.
Even working hard, there's little drivetrain vibration.
Okay.
But thankfully, torque and gearing are matched to where you need it. A 40 to 55 passing time of 6.5 seconds in third gear with a light load is on par with what we find in many much flimsier family models.
It's not as slow when compared against flimsy family cars. Like, well, that's a nice comparison.
Mileage, too, was a surprise. New lowered EPA ratings are 23 city and 28 highway.
But it is also a dumpy, slow 4-cylinder wagon with no performance credentials at all. It's stats all towards like how much you can carry and how safe it is. And fuel economy and performance be damned.
The manual. We experienced a 100-mile economy loop result of a fine 29 on mostly suburban roads.
Fine 29.
Fuel use should suffer no more than 15% if you order the optional 4-speed overdrive automatic.
Safety again reared its lovely head when it came time to test the DL's brakes. With power-assisted disc all around, only the right front had any tendency to lock up, and then only under the hardest of pedal pressure.
So I see that's the fun of this being brand new in 1985. Like, this is from 1985. That's what braking standards was. Nowadays, if it doesn't have ABS, it's junk. And ABS means you just stop the anchors and it'll just go and pull up. Whereas back in these days, the most safest automobile car there is one where one wheel has a tendency to lock up, but only if you really try. That's an excellent result in 85, is one inside wheel just going beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Distances from 55 were 130 feet, better than average, with no traditional wagon-like tail swing. So despite its long heritage, the venerable Volvo wagon is indeed up with the times. Only its modest power detracts from a comfortable, safe, well-designed old shoe impression. In fact, we were so pleased with this gasoline DL's 2-week visit that when we turned it in, Volvo agreed to provide us with this upline GL diesel for a longer-term appraisal.
So let's go. There's a Massey Ferguson in your house. Oh gosh, if the petrol one's slow, what's the diesel gonna be like? That's miserable. This is pre-turbo days. Pre-turbo diesels were just absolutely hated on. It didn't work. You need a turbo with your diesel.
We'll let you know how this ultimate combination of Volvo wagon utility and oil-burning economy fares for us over the months ahead.
Oh. just left the sound of brrr. I love surreal humor. I wasn't ready for that. So can I hear it again?
Fares for us over the months ahead.
Play me out. Da, 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 wah, wah,